Big bucket of chicken. Lou and Kevin having a good time. Hey, Kev. It's fucking late.
Hey. What's up, Lou?
How are you? I'm great.
Everything's swell in the world.
Pour myself, instead of refilling little drinks, I pour myself a big one.
I almost, what? I think I am at least a week or two away from starting to drink on the show.
Why not, right? It's Thursday night. We record. So, yeah, I got work the next day, but all right, it's fine.
I have one Miller High Life in my fridge, and should I? Okay.
Do it, Kevin. Have one beer. Everything's great with alcohol.
He's coming round the mountain. He's coming round the mountain.
There you go. There you go. There it is. Yeah. The
Ah,
champagne of
relief.
beers.
Sweet
All
relief.
right. So, we talked briefly before we started recording, but so the thing I want to talk about this week is something more specific than normal. So just scouring I went to an open mic earlier, and it's like a once a month open mic. So I got home like around 10, and I was waiting for Kevin to. I don't know. I don't know what was happening. I don't know if you were dying or taking a nap. I was like, let me go look at the internet. Let me just scroll. I found this fucking weird video. It's one of those things where you're like, okay, like I'm so skeptical about fucking everything, but it looked really interesting, and I'm gonna post the link in the description of like the video that I watched after. It's like 5 minutes long. It's called The Discovery. So some guy, I don't even know his name, I don't know anybody's name, but watch the video, click the link in the description if you're interested. So this guy figured out somehow, because I guess it's a portion of a documentary, which I will fucking watch, where he those. So I don't know if anyone knows anything about construction. The DeWalt makes a laser. It's like a leveling laser, and what you do is you like put it somewhere in the room, typically like at a height where you want like a shelf or wherever. And if you point it anywhere in the room, it creates basically like either a cross, like a T, or just a line. This way, from let's say you want from the door at 6 feet a shelf across the room, it will make the line exactly at 6 foot height and in that line, so you can just put your nails up, and you have to keep like measuring over and over again. It like speeds up the process of like hanging shit and putting in windows. I'm assuming there's lots of uses for it. Anyway, this guy figured out that if you put the laser beam through like a lens or some other refractory kind of thing, the beam, instead of being like, a millimeter, 2 millimeters, half a centimeter high, it widens to like 5 inches or 6 inches wide. So it makes like a big X, a big cross on the wall, or a big thick line. And I know it's gonna sound fucking bananas, but I'm like I said, watch the video. He figured out that on psychedelics specifically, I think he didn't specify, but in the little video they talk about DMT, but I'm assuming they all work just as good. Any kind of psychedelic experience, these people get close to the wall, and then like if you like kind of like put yourself on an angle where you're like literally like nose to nose with the wall, so you're not looking at the laser, but the laser's coming from behind you. In that fucking beam of light, he reported that he sees like what you see like in the movie The Matrix, right? So it's all about like this like simulation theory, and literally it's characters that he like compares to like Japanese and some other language. They're not nothing. They're characters, and if you move the laser on the wall, they change. So like at this height, these are the things you're going to see across the beam. If you go up an inch, you're going to see those characters, and they don't change. It's not like you're hallucinating and you're seeing things in different places. So if you go back to the original spot, the characters will be there. If you put your arm in front of the laser, and the laser is now beamed on your arm, a person could like see the same things. So to experiment this, now it's a fucking experiment. He took like three people at a time. He didn't tell a lot of the people initially what they're expected to see. He just told them to like take psychedelics and look at this laser beam, and they all like freak out because they all see. Then he puts like three different people in front of this beam. I doubt simultaneously, but and makes them write down what they see. And they're writing down the same characters, like in the same spots, the same exact, like again, it looks like hieroglyphics or Japanese or not hieroglyphics, but like I forgot the other language you compare it to, but like in languages that are on Earth that the humans have created. So it's not like some gobbledygook geometric forms. And then yeah, so he has like different people look at different spots. They see the same thing. They can like duplicate it and write it down. And also, a lot, what most of the people say, they also can you can see through the wall through the beam. So it's not like you're seeing. I don't think you're seeing like from one room into the next room, but when you look into that light, it's almost like looking. It's got depth to it, and like almost like another whatever. And again, I'm not a. For the past couple of years, the simulation theory stuff has been a little bonkers. Like the term NPC gets thrown around a lot, like in video games, like Grand Theft Auto and other like RPGs. There's NPCs, non-playable characters. They're just sort of like in the movie Existence, perfect example, where he goes and talks to the shop guy in the movie Existence, and then when they're done talking to him, he's kind of just like standing there like in like limbo because he's unless you interact with him, he has nothing to say. So there's this on the internet like these people are just acting like NPCs, like punching people in the subway or whatever. But it kind of is an offshoot of like this, I guess, whatever you want to call it, fucking simulation theory. And of course, there's other science to back it up, quantum mechanics, and a lot of mathematicians are like, yes, it's very because we all of it matter, I guess, or experience is like in your brain. So light hits things, hits our eyeballs, we interpret it. So there's like a kind of a chance that everything we're seeing is like just I have molecules in my hand. The phone has molecules. My molecules don't pass through these molecules, but when I get close to stuff, a little bit of my molecules go into this desk. A little bit of the desk comes into me. And when you ask scientists like why, they're like, we don't fucking know. We don't know why it happens. Why doesn't my hand pass through the desk? We don't really fucking know. So like all this stuff for the past 50 years has been like leading towards this like deep quantum stuff. So it's a lot of shit. I'm gonna watch the documentary, of course. I'm gonna fucking get more information.
But the case in point though, you have to be on drugs to like experience it.
The laser beam thing, I believe you have to like be on psychedelics. Now that's what I thought. I was like, all right, you're on drugs, you're gonna see whatever. However, it's they're duplicating the same things and also different people like with different levels of like have they ever done drugs or whatever. Like the guy in the initial clip I saw, I'll try to find that too. He never did psychedelics.
So so pretty much if you don't see anything, all the person has to do to you is say, "You ain't doing no drugs, man. Gotta
Yeah.
do more drugs. See what you know. See all those cool things, man. You want some more drugs?" That's kind of what it sounds like. It's like, I didn't see shit, man. Take this. That's so. So I could see this as like a nice like a nice business model. Like there's just some dirty hippie on the street, like trying to bring you into like the fucking vortex. Like, hey man, what's going on? You ever hear about this? And then you see the flyer, and you're like, I don't know about this. And then you start doing drugs, and then all of a sudden you don't even know who you are anymore, and you fucking lost all your time and space continuum bullshit. And but hey man, it was cool for a day.
Yeah, you're in
I don't know
fucking
if I could do. I like, you know what? I like barely could do like marijuana anymore. Like, I feel like if I literally did all that stuff, like I would fucking lose myself. Like I would be in a padded cell in a asylum. Like I don't think I could handle it. Like I feel like the knowledge overload would kill me. Um but I again I know that there's some people that are like very like casual with psychedelics, which is like I never was into that. Like I've done them before, but like some people are just like, yo, you did acid every fucking week. It's like, yeah, look at you.
Yeah, no, no, I agree. I haven't done a psychedelic or haven't like got myself into that state of mind, at least on purpose, in a long, 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 long time because of, and the truth is, it's the reason why like most people don't do it. It's fearful. It's like, okay, yes, there is a chance. If you take like acid, you could fucking like lose your mind, panic or whatever.
Look, not that I don't want to experience like the other side or maybe trying to find the true meaning of life. I mean, look, if I somehow find that and can come back from it and be like totally fine after a while, my fear is though is that like, hey, I found the total meaning of life, and then all of a sudden like I'm at my job and I'm like having like like I'm like, that's what I don't want. Like where I'm like seeing like fucking Vietnam come back, or I don't know. I don't want that in my life, because I know that you even said like you had some relative that was like very like similar to that. Like he did like that all his life or something, and it was like very strange to see. Like that's what I feel like. I don't want to be like, look, I found the meaning of life, but now I am there and then stuck, and that's it. Like I am Sid Barrett in an apartment complex. Like I'm done. Like you can't. I'm out of the band, guys. Like you're not gonna see me for the next. Woo! Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
done.
no.
Like I may put out a couple of songs here and there, but I'm out.
Yeah. No, no, I get that. And what I hear about DMT, and most of my knowledge from DMT is from like Terrence McKenna, which anyone can go on YouTube and type in Terrence McKenna, and you could look up the DMT experience. He did it like 3 times a year, where most people did it like once every 30 years because it only lasts like 5 to 6 minutes. It's not like one of those like 8 hours of like, when is this going to be over? By the time it's like peaking, it's ending. That's what I hear. And then what happens like a dream, as soon as you're coming off of it, you're like, oh my God, all this, I got to tell everyone all this shit. And then within 90 seconds, you're like, I don't remember most of it. It's like a dream.
And that'd be great. I would love to experience that and then come back and then live the rest of my life the way I was living it. like I said, I don't know if that's going to be the case, and I don't want to really gamble with that. Like where
You
I'm
should.
not coming back and goodbye, so long, goodbye Yellow Brick Road. So, but I'll tell you what's getting better, Lou. Long Island Railroad bathrooms. They're cleaning it up. I went in.
Nice segue.
I took the train the other day to the city. I went to a friend's birthday, and I saw on the wall that how we do, like, one of those like, how are we doing? Let us know. Like, let us know if something's wrong here. Scan this code and let us know what needs to be done with this bathroom. So first of all, anybody that's traveled on the Long Island Railroad to New York City or to Long Island will tell you that there's nothing that can be done to make the bathrooms on the fucking train clean. So that it's just to me like one of those things like, what are they supposed to report? Like what, like literally all you have to do is go in the bathroom, scan the code, and go, a homeless man just took a dump in front of me. Like, what are you supposed to report? How is like, it's not like the sink was dirty. Like everything is disgusting. Everything is on fire, radioactive. Like I don't want to touch one fucking thing in here. I don't even trust my fucking sneakers right now. And we're like, scan a code and let us know if this bathroom needs to be serviced. Like, what can you do to fix this fucking bathroom? The toilet works. I mean, that's fucking great. But like, what else can you do? I want to see like the guy with the janitor fucking bucket and the mop on the train come in and really just go to town on the fucking bathroom. I will sit there. I'll miss my stop to watch this guy clean that fucking bathroom. That's how committed I am to making sure that the Long Island Railroad bathrooms are better.
Look, I'll say this. I've been on the Long Island Railroad bathroom, every other car has like you see the big curve, you're like, ooh, the stall is there. And you go there, and if you're lucky, like if you're in Suffolk County or parts of Nassau County on Long Island, there's not a homeless guy living in it, just like camped out for the night. But I remember going to that bathroom and like, I wish I could say every time I went into like a bathroom like that, or even like a bathroom at a bar, I was like an upstanding citizen. Sober Lou totally just peed in the hole in the toilet. It's like an airplane toilet. You just silver dish, you pee into it. Drunk Lou would be making eye contact with the sign while trying to get my pee. Like, can I hit the mirror? Like, just like pee is passing my eyes. Like, da 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 da.
A moving train, Lou. What else can you do besides hold on for dear life to the wall while you like stretch out peeing,
Well,
hoping
pee
it's
is
the
just like
bowl? But
your dick
meanwhile,
is
there's
just like
somebody coming in like, oh, this bathroom needs to be maintenance. Like everyone's doing the same thing. There's no like someone like that comes out of that bathroom going, I was going to use the bathroom, but not after seeing the state of this one. Everyone knows the deal. Like when they go in there, it's you're on your own, pal. If you want to do something, you got to do something, but it's at your fucking accountability. Like that's the way it is and how it's been. But I just love where we're just like, let's put a sticker on the wall and see if we can make a difference. It's like you said, there's every other bathroom on the Long Island Railroad. There's a homeless man that's been squatting there since 1972. That the bathroom is perpetually locked. So, God forbid you really have to piss after drinking like four tall boys on the train, and you got to go to the bathroom. That door ain't fucking open until eternity, pal. Next car, please. Like you're not getting in there. Sorry. So I'm just saying, like, we can only maintenance the ones that open. Like, we don't have the skeleton key to that bathroom. Like, that bathroom will be eternally closed.
yeah,
Like Jerry's been there. Sorry, like he lives there. That's
it's
Jerry.
un, it's
But yeah, I just found that to
unbreakable.
be funny that like that's like the new thing. Like we got to make these bathrooms better. Like we don't. We live with what we have, and we just learn to cope.
And those bathroom doors are unbreakable. The door and the walls, it's like made out of what like elementary school desks were made out of in the 80s. It's like fucking like the plasticky, it's white with blue speckles. It's like reinforced PVC powered fucking walls. And then I'll add to that. So it's funny, my background, this picture that is my background, see there's like leaves. This is the roof of a porta potty from Ren Fair from like 2 weeks ago. I like took a picture of the roof while I was pissing. So let's for a second, you got me thinking like, okay, so porta potties, like the bathroom in the train, the problem with that is it's mass transit, it's public, completely public, and there's tens of thousands of people passing through. And obviously, I think if I was homeless, it's unfortunate to be homeless. I might be like jackpot and lock that door, put my little sleeping bag on the floor and sleep there. Now, next level porta potties like this. So porta potties can be gross because of like, it's a 50 gallons of blue water in the bottom. It's like disinfectant, whatever the fuck it is. And you open that seat's open and it's just a pile of shit that's 2 feet high with paper wrapped on it. In the last decade, I've noticed, or maybe even longer, back in the day, porta potties were just a toilet. Now they have like a fucking wash. Sometimes they have a wash thing in there, or at least a hand sanitizer, and a urinal that just like is
Yeah.
a hole that goes down. And I've seen like they make expensive ones that are like a room, and it's like you pump your water, you get all the shit. So you got the porta potty, which is gross, but for different reasons. It's just like 1,000 people have shit in it. Then you got the bar bathroom, and there's levels to bar bathrooms. So typical bar like in Patchogue or wherever the fuck you want to go, or bars here or in North Carolina, you open the door, toilet, sink, whatever, mirror, graffiti, the toilet paper's on a chain for some reason. Then, if you remember, when we went to that rock fest in Florida 2 years ago, it was at where they do the Indy 500, and those there's plenty of bathrooms, but when you go in, there's maybe like 8 stalls, and then the fucking trough, which is just the fucking foot wide metal thing where it's like 18 guys stand shoulder, like literally shoulder to
Yeah.
shoulder, no divider.
Yeah.
That's probably the cleanest one because you're just getting in and out. Not only am I not making eye contact, your elbow is touching me, motherfucker. And if I look down, I'm looking at all your dicks. So like, let's get out of here fast.
What the big difference between all these, Lou, and like the urinal is you're never going to see a light in a urinal, and that's what makes it. That's what or in a porta potty. That's what makes it bearable. You're always for some reason in pitch black darkness. Like I don't know what's coming out of me, but I'm not going to see it, and no one else is going to see it. There could be some sticker on the wall that says "How we doing?" You can't fucking see it unless you have a fucking match that you're looking like it's in pitch black. Like you're chunking the Goonies. But like all I'm saying is that again, at the Long Island Railroad, it's like light of day, like clearly on the window, like and you're like, how is this happening? You know what else happened to me the other day is so I ordered like something from a restaurant, and the restaurant was called it was like Anthony's, and I went there. I ordered like grilled chicken or whatever, and I went there and they didn't call my name or like they didn't know. They were like, you didn't place an order here. I'm like, what? So then I look on my phone and I realize, oh, wait a minute. This isn't the right Anthony's. I fucking called some other Italian place and like, I don't know where that is. Like, oh, fuck. So they call me because they were like, cool. Like the other place was like, oh, we'll make it. No problem. They call me though. I'm like, oh man, I bet you this is Anthony. Fuck. So like, hey, you order that chicken. I was like, he sounded like a cab drive dispatcher, like he like a real scumbag. And I was like, oh, sorry, I went to this other place. I thought it was the Anthony's, and it ended up being this other Anthony's, and it was totally confusing. But I got it. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send a driver out there and give you a delivery charge. How about that? We're gonna bring it over to you. What's your address? I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I don't need it anymore. And then I'm like, I said honestly, you Italian restaurant guys got to get together and start coming up with different names. Like, how many fucking restaurants? Does it need to be named Tony's, Anthony's, like Joe's? Like, can we come up with a couple of? You got a ton of fucking Italian names. Like, it's always got to be the same goddamn thing. They did it to themselves, Lou. I don't have any goddamn sympathy for this guy, Anthony. It fucking come on. How about Anthony? Like, put the middle name in there. Like, how am I supposed to fucking know it's the right or wrong Anthony's? I Googled Anthony's. I'm figured it's the one near me. It's not. He's like, he's like, oh yeah, I know that other Anthony. He's a fucking douchebag. He runs a business and hangs up on me. So now he's pissed off at the other Anthony's for no reason. Like, I was like, I didn't like. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not. I mean, I guess the place is in Mastic Beach. I'm never gonna go there, right? I'm never like you'll never see me caught dead in Mastic Beach. So
Oh,
it's cool. Like, I'm never gonna like. I feel like in my head, I'm like, oh, am I accidentally gonna go in there one day? And this seems like the guy that like would remember that, right?
yeah,
Like, no
yeah,
matter
yeah.
what time of day or how many years has passed. Like, this is the type of guy. Like, I remember your fucking ass. Like he'll know me like right away. Like, you're the grilled chicken guy from fucking 2 years ago. Like, he'll do that, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going near this fucking town. Like, just in case I'm like craving a slice and I run into a place quick and I don't realize it's the same place. But yeah, he was really fucking mad, Lou.
That's fucking funny, man. Like, that's true. There was Tony's in Deer Park. It's probably still there. I think maybe not every town, but like every other town has an Anthony's or a Tony's.
That's what I'm saying. Like all these Italians, like, come on, don't you have a fucking uncle? I don't know, Giuseppe. Just fucking do somebody different. Salvatore, Rocco, just somebody different.
Yeah, well,
Got
because
an
of
Uncle Anthony from fucking like the same guy. Then he dies. Oh, Anthony's 2 will open up. Anthony's 3, Tony's 4. Come on.
yeah, yeah, dude. I got probably in my family, both living and dead, maybe like a dozen Anthony's. Like, it's not
Exactly.
even.
But they all have to have a fucking pizza place.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like they should have a congregation, like the committee, like the Anthony committee. Like, hey, there's already 4 Anthonys on Long Island. Can you do another name? Don't you got another great uncle? Don't you got a cousin? Come on, like your aunt. Let's do a woman's name. Come on, diversity. But I'm just saying, like, that's an honest mistake. And like, I just figured he'd be like, have a good night. But he was like, really like, no, 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 we're bringing it to you. We're delivering, we're charging you delivery too. Like, what's your address? Like, real aggressive. Like, it's grilled chicken, pal. You're not gonna, it's not a big loss. We're gonna get through it. If I made him like make a whole buffalo pie or something, okay, I got you, man. But it's a couple of grilled chicken pieces. We're gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's fucking. Dude, I've never. I mean, you did fuck up. Like you just like looked up. It's like remember.
No, I did, but I just figured it would come up like the closest one to me, right? Like I didn't think it was going to come up Mastic Beach. I mean, it's not that far away from me, but it's not the closest.
It's too far for grilled chicken. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. And for me to just go, oh, I'm on my way. Like, no, I made a mistake. I'm not coming in. You'll never see me.
Yeah, 45-minute round trip for this. Like, how many times did you guys spit in this before I got there? I mean, like, I get it. As a business owner, he's like, dude, you made me make food. How
Yeah.
do you not know where
But
you are, where
also,
you're going?
also his reaction was, I mean, it probably happened before, right, Lou? I mean, this can't be the first time this has happened. His reaction was like, oh, I know that fucking douchebag. That other Anthony in Brookhaven, that motherfucker.
You know what that reminds me of? When I used to work, when I was living on the island and I was working for Safeway, I worked in the East End. I worked in the Hamptons. You know this. And I used to go to Shelter Island twice a week. We would like hold all the Shelter Island jobs for twice a week. It was just a day drainer of like getting on the fucking ferry in East Hampton, the fucking taking it 100 yards across the water, getting on Shelter Island, working on that weird ass fucking place. But when I used to go there, I'd be there for 4 hours, so I'd usually get lunch there. And I remember there was like typically one of everything on Shelter Island. There was like two gas stations. One was didn't have gas. There was an IGA. There was like the main street. If you go like so, there's like little stores and shops. So pretty much like think about so, but there was two pizza places on the same street. So if you're at one pizza place on the porch, so it was like an old renovated fucking house and you look 3 houses down, there's the other fucking pizza place. And that's what I felt like it was because I went to one more than the other just because when you turn down the street, it's the first one on the block. And I felt like in the middle of the day, that guy would just get on the porch and like, where are you? From across the street? Fuck across the street. And
Yeah.
then I was going there from, like I was there, worked there for like, 2 3 years. One day I go to Shelter Island and the other pizza place, the one I did not go to, was out of business. It was like, that's the most fucked up thing. I'm like, there's two of us, there's enough pizza and enough people for all of us. And he just put him he sold 9 more pies that year. And that's the fucking end of your fucking pizza.
Well, I think at first I thought you were going to tell me that they were both named Anthony's, which was
No, God. I don't even remember what they were fucking called because who cares? They're the only pizza place. Name it, the address. Come to 4317. We have the best pizza. Like, who fucking cares? It's Shelter
well,
Island.
well, you're right though. We don't know like how it really went down, but that there was no way that they were like friends or cordial, right? Like they were like always
No.
that. Like this fucking guy can't make an eggplant parmesan. What
Yeah.
a like they're fucking constantly ripping these guys like each other apart.
I could just see like
Across the
someone
street.
parking in the middle of the street, like in between them, walking out of their car, and the one guy like, come on, pizza, and then another guy's like, oh, pizza, and he's like, which one? And he's like, come on, ooh, Pete, like just trying to get
Pizza
fucking people because,
wars.
dude, Shelter Island was in the off season. If you went there
Yeah.
during like between the months of the middle of September till like the beginning of May, so from Labor Day to Memorial Day, or Memorial Day to Labor Day, basically was like the busy season. Once fucking Labor Day ended, it went from like the population was like 2,000, and then during the summer it was like 20,000. Matter of fact, I think I just sent you that Louis C.K.
Yeah.
had a house, like a $4 million. There's a part of Shelter Island, I think it's called like Rams Island or something like that, or yeah, I think it's called like Rams Island.
Mhm.
So it's like on the island. There's another little like narrow roadway that brings you to Rams Island, which is like the fucking more expensive houses. I bet that's where the house was, and it's like this fucking like cottage at like Teddy Roosevelt stayed at, and like what the
Oh
fuck?
wow.
Like so, like yeah, like Shelter Island was an awesome. It was like a secluded little in between the Forks and Long Island. So the only way to get there was by ferry. That's the only way. There's no bridge. There's no road. And driving around in the wintertime was eerie because let's say there was 2,000, 2,500 people. I if I went to IGA, every once in a while I'd go to the supermarket and get food there or just park in the parking lot to fucking eat my lunch. Yeah, there might be 20, 30 cars in the parking lot, but like other than the people's houses I went to work on their cars and like cars in driveways, it was like driving through like I don't even know, like Iowa or some shit. Like it was weird. It was like it was desolate, but it was also like there were nice houses. There were like, but it was so like quiet and fucking eerie. And because it's such a tiny island, it's just like you wouldn't see like a deer. I'd see like 30 deer, like just stepping on the leaves in between houses. And like, what the like? It was just a, it was a, and you know, I will say this, and I would love to hear what people on Long Island who were, you know, how everyone on Long Island or people like who I'm sure we have I have like a Long Island accent to a degree, but back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and maybe even early 90s, maybe yeah, there was like a specific like Long Island accent. It's almost like listening, watching Jaws and the accent from like Martha's Vineyard. They kind of have a off weird talk on Shelter Island in 2020, 2021. Like the older people, even some of the fucking kids, had like the accent that people on Long Island had in like the fucking 60s. It was weird. It was such a microcosm of a fucking group of people.
Yeah, I'll have to. I never made my way out to Shelter Island. I got to check that out.
Yeah, dude, it's from you, like it's not that bad. From you, like you're like in, you know, I mean, go to the Hamptons,
Yeah.
drive to East Hampton, drive to the ferry. You do gotta wait on the line. It's like $20. You only can buy tickets from them or on the ferry. But dude, I'm telling you, I feel like, and I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, if you're on one side and you got like a Nerf vortex, not a regular Nerf ball, but the vortex with the fucking the dart. I bought one a couple years ago actually, like the Whistler, the
Yeah.
little one. I bet you a day with a little bit of wind, you could throw that football across the fucking wall. It's so close. It's like, yeah, I would say 100 yards. It's probably 300 yards, but
Yeah,
it's fucking, it's not far.
Speaking of football, I know we kind of talked about how like my sports teams are just a disaster, and like my team, the Falcons, like they've lost five in a row. I still watch it because I'm like, I don't know why I watch it, honestly. Like it really, it's like it. I really am the equivalent of Phil Connors in Groundhog Day watching these games. Like the same thing happens every time. The Falcons get a lead and then they lose at the end. Somehow they blow it, right? It always happens. But so I went out. So I was like, most of the day, I was like, I don't want to watch the game. I don't want to watch the game. Then I went to go get my car at the train station in Patchogue, and I was like, okay, the game looks pretty good. Let me stop in at a bar and I'll watch the end of it. Big mistake. Like they were up 5 points and they ended up losing in overtime. Whatever. Um, but I sat down at the bar and I was watching, and I got wings, I got a couple of beers, Miller High Lifes, but there was these two guys next to me, and like one of the guys was doing all the talking, and like the thing is for me, it's like clearly this is a bar to watch football, right? Like we're gonna come here, eat wings, drink beer, watch the games. That's not what this guy was doing. This guy was literally like, I couldn't believe like the stories this guy was just telling his friend. Like it was like his entire sexual experience of like his whole life. Like I'm sitting there eating like buffalo wings, like with fucking like blue cheese draining down my beer. This guy's like, yeah, well, I wanted to fuck her, right? I wanted to have sex with her, but I couldn't get it up, man. But luckily, you know what? We stopped talking. Then I started fucking this other girl. Like it just kept going on and on. It was like girl to girl to girl. Like this guy like literally went through his entire like roster of like girls that he had sex with, girls he couldn't get it up with, girls that said he never, that like he was saying, he's saying like stupid stuff. It's like, yeah, you know what she told me? She said, "Oh, I never been fucked like that before. Oh my god!" Like just saying stuff like, and the other guy is like, He's just sitting there eating wings, like, oh, cool. Like he's like no, like there's no back and forth, right? There's just like this guy saying, I had a sex with all these girls, and he's going, oh, you cool. You know, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I don't want to. It's not like the theater thing, right? Where you're like, guys, the game's on. Like you can't like interrupt them and say, can we talk about something else? But you want to, right? Like in my head, I'm like, can we like deflect this conversation a little bit? Can we start talking about like the Giants or the Jets or something? Like this guy went through his entire like this guy definitely has something. Like he definitely has the clap. Like he definitely got something in college. By maybe by the fifth girl. I don't know. There was many girls that he talked about, but I literally heard an entire guy's sexual conquests during less than a quarter of Falcon football.
So I think a couple of things going through my head. So one or two things. One, those are two good friends, and the one friend is full of shit for the most part, and the other friend knows it and just instead of being like, "Wait, Stacy?" He's like, "Oh yeah, cool, man." Or two, you just
That sounds
witness,
like that.
yeah. Or two, you just witness like another two other strangers like yourself, and one guy just is like, "Hey, you're closest to me," and just started talking to him, and the other guy didn't have like the balls to be like, "Yo, leave me alone," and walk away.
Just
Like,
because there's a recognition of some of the names, I don't think that was the case. But I think what we might have here, Lou, is because based on his lack of interest, was we have ourselves a repeater. And we get this a lot commonly with friends, right? Where like, hey, want to hear a story? Yes. Tell the same story you tell every fucking time we hang out. Go ahead. I think that's what it was. Yeah,
you know,
so again, not only did the Falcons lose, I also found out that this guy couldn't get it up when he tried to fuck some girl, and then it just went on and on and on. And then
maybe
I was 11 wings in, and I got my check, and I bounced, and I'm sure he was still talking about it. So
maybe what you just witnessed was like Blue Chew's new interactive like ad campaign where they just like put two fuckheads at a bar and just talk about how like he like had like oh my god 9 women I couldn't I try I can't fuck 9 women at the same time and it's
I
like I
know.
just popped two Blue Chews and I just fucked every hole in the whole house, the outlets and the shingles outside, and I fucked a mouse.
And I know, and I just think it's one of those things. It's like, look, it's nice to brag, and I'm sure you've had a. I'm sure some of these stories are true, and I'm sure they're a little embellished. No one's fucked me like that, but yeah, yeah, people say that in fucking real life. Give me a break. No, they don't. Not this guy. Not this guy sitting here. That's
Well,
not a story. That's not something that a woman told him. I'm sorry. I was gonna
well,
call bullshit on it, but no one's.
here's what I'll say about that. I think that if women like you or if they're just being nice, they say shit like that to guys like
Oh, okay.
I've never I've never done this before. It's like, oh yeah, you're a real amateur. Like,
Well,
oh
that's
man.
exactly what happened there. That's exactly what that girl did. Like was like, yeah, I gotta make him feel good inside.
Or it's like he's fucking her and obviously based on his I wasn't there, so I don't know what the stories were going like, but
We weren't there. I wasn't there either.
I imagine it's like he's like trying really hard to fuck her really good or hard or whatever. And she's like, what could I say to make this stop? Oh my God, that was the best I ever had. It's like, that's all I needed. High five. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to go in the bathroom and dip myself in rubbing alcohol, you fucking skag, like, you fucking piece of shit.
What I really want to do though is that next week I want to go to the same bar and I want to sit in the same place and I want to see if they like are there and I just want to see if it's the same stories.
I hope they're there. I
It's
hope
like
they're there.
it literally is like it's a recycling of like the same like that friend has been putting up for it for like 10 years. He's like, Jesus. It's like I just want to go watch football and eat wings, and this fucking guy, man, just won't stop. You know, the other thing too is I went I went to a bocce place the other day, and
I, I remember that place. What is that place?
well, it's called Sumo or Suman or whatever. It's in Patchogue, but I just like things like it's just funny to me like things that like make me laugh. Like it's just there's a sign. Look, clearly people are closed on Thanksgiving, but like their sign for clothes on Thanksgiving is in like bright fluorescent orange with like blue pen, and it just says "We closed." It's like I just that's just like funny to me. It's just like because even my kids like know what's happening. They're like, this is not how you say that. But they really think writing that out is gonna help things. Like, we closed! Thanksgiving, you go.
Yeah, it's like written in broken English, but that right there is the difference between like I guess I assume if it's a sushi place, they're Japanese owned and Japanese operated. The difference between the Japanese, is according to uh, you know, what you would call Eastern Asian people I've known in my life, they consider themselves like the hierarchy of of Asian people.
Right.
Chinese restaurants, I'll bet you motherfucker right now, they never fucking close. Not only are they
No,
open on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and holidays, there could be 9 feet of snow outside and you might have to go pick it up. Delivery might not be happening, but if you go there, there's no one on the road, there's
yeah.
no one on the street, but you walk in and you get some General Tso's chicken, 100% guaranteed.
Not gonna lie, Lou. Do it almost every year. I get Chinese food
On Thanksgiving?
on Christmas.
Do you really?
Yeah, yeah. I that they're open. Listen, when Hurricane Sandy happened,
Yeah.
I walked over to a Chinese spot. They were fucking open. The power lines were down. Everything was sparking. There was trees down. I just went and got, can I get a cashew chicken? Walk right back in into my house. I was like, that was easy. I was like, you guys, did anything happen? Like, there's just destruction around me. And I'm just like, didn't bother me. I had Chinese food and went to bed. Like, I'm good, man.
They do not close.
Yeah,
If
they
a
don't.
Chinese restaurant is
Gotta
closed,
give them credit
they
for
have been shut down against their will. That's it.
that. He's right. That's how you close them.
Yeah.
Down against their will.
Yeah. Like you got to chain them in the building. Even like down here, like, so by me in North Carolina, like, you know, typical, I try to, I've traveled a lot of places in the country and like, I will say this and people ask me like, because I did take that road trip for 2 months in 2020, 90% of the country, maybe 95%. I don't care if you're in Casper, Wyoming, or in fucking Flagstaff, Arizona, or Denver, Colorado, or fucking Idaho, or fucking Washington, Oregon. I mean, I kind of skipped big cities, but I can blindfold you until you're in fucking Selden, and it's the fucking same stores, strip malls,
Yeah.
fast food restaurants and stuff. The only difference is when you're in places like Wyoming and Montana, in the background, which is funny to me, like people are used to like it's like the most beautiful scene, like bald eagles catching snakes in streams behind Walmart, and people are just like going fucking shopping and buying fucking flip flops and fucking bottled water. But yeah, like no down here, the same stereotype, which I believe is a good stereotype. You go to a Chinese restaurant and there's a kid doing homework or a kid working the register, this is legit Chinese food. This is gonna be fucking good.
You know,
Like
the other thing too, you're talking about going cross country and seeing different things. I've noticed this recently, and I don't know if you're the same way, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's kind of like I feel like it's kind of the way like I was looking at like, do people just think they can talk in movie theaters? Just that's what they think now. What happened to directional? Like, What happened to just like a turn signal? Like,
no,
it just seems like every single person now does not use their turn signal.
now it's like Kevin's what grinds my gears segment. But I look, okay, so every city I'm sure has the same same people bitching on the Facebook page, like the traffic in Charlotte, the traffic in Jacksonville. Like every city is exactly what it is. It's fucking the most people working and traffic sucks. But here, okay, so I've been in North Carolina. It'll be 5 years. So just a little over 4 years at this point, 4.5 years. And I'll tell you this, most people down here mind their business. Nobody gives a shit. There's crime, but it's what it's. I mean, obviously, ICE was just in Charlotte over the weekend, and like a lot of people have feelings about that. So it's a city like any other city. However, I will say this: some of the people, if you look at the Facebook groups and the Instagram pages, you got half the people like, we're full, stop coming. I looked it up, and there's different numbers, but the entire population of like North Carolina, for example, like we lived in New York most of our whole lives. So like we're used to like large pop. Long Island is 20 plus million. New York City, the five boroughs, is 10, 15, 20 million people. Manhattan at any given time will have 3+ million people on a fucking 17-mile. So we're used to like a lot of the entire state of North Carolina, I think, is 10.5 million. I think maybe in the last 4 or 5 years, 1 million people came, maybe. I don't know the actual number, but they're like, oh, it's 100 something a day. I'm like, yeah, I don't know all about that, but I'll say this: like, I drive for a living, so I'm on the road every day between 5 hours and more. So I'll drive. My jobs are 2 hours away this way, an hour and a half this way. So I drive more in North Carolina than people who have lived here their whole lives. And I will occasionally go on Reddit and see, like, the Charlotte Reddit page is like, oh, there's an accident on this highway and someone got killed or whatever. And I'm like, look, 90% of you motherfuckers, that's not just the Northerners or the whoever, you guys don't use your fucking blinkers. And here's another thing I noticed because I moved out of New York in 2021, right? I was in North Carolina for a few months. Then, as you know, I lived in Louisville, Kentucky for 3 months. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for 4 months. And then I was upstate New York for another three. So for 10 months, I traveled and for work helped them open different areas around the country. So I was the first guy there, worked there, trained a guy. Once he was good, I left. When I was in Kentucky, I would do jobs in Kentucky, and I'd even go to like across the border to like I think it's Indiana, or yeah, it's Indiana. And I'll tell you right now, New York traffic, as you know, is the fucking worst. Long Island Expressway, Belt Parkway, any highway in the boroughs or on Long Island is just 30 miles could take you fucking 5 hours on a bad day. But traffic sucks. There's always a couple crazy people, but for the most part, it's beeping and cutting off and whatever. Down in the South, where it's like less populated, people are supposedly like more chill. I've never seen this except for in the South. People, a little bit of traffic. I'm talking like when I'm in traffic, it might be 30 minutes, maybe. Driving on the shoulder. Like, fuck the highway, get on the fucking shoulder with the glass and the wheel chunks and the fucking bumper parts and just drive their Altima at 80 miles an hour. When I was in Kentucky, so I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, all the cities in the South are the same. It's a circle. It's like a big circle. There's an outside belt highway and then an inside belt highway. So I'm on the highway, I'm driving. There's all of a sudden I hit traffic, the middle of Louisville, Kentucky. It's congested. There's all exits and shit. But I can see where the traffic ends. Like, that's how little traffic there is. There might be like half a mile of traffic. I can like see where it's like clearing up. People immediately on the fucking grass on the side of the highway, spinning, like going from the right lane right to the fucking shoulder, right to the grass, losing traction, spinning out of control, and then taking off. And I'm like, are you fucking for real? Like unglued in 2 seconds. And then one time I'm driving on a road, not a highway, but like a 2-lane major road. And the turning lane, I know a turning lane's coming up. I know I have to make this left. And I see all these people in like a third lane, which I think is a turning lane. So I get behind them. Now it's me and 100 cars driving. And what I don't realize is, because I'm not used to the area at that point, we're on the divider. The divider is very small. It was only like an inch high. The concrete, it looked kind of like road, but it wasn't. So I'm on the divider, and then I get to a point a block away from the left turn, and there's a curb, so you can't go anymore. You have to merge back into the fucking left lane. And I'm like, I also was one of the assholes because I didn't know any better. But I was like, what the fuck is going on? So like if you think it's I know on New York it's bad, like no blinker or whatever, lots more drivers on the road. But dude, down here, even though there's like way less people, people drive like if a little inconvenience, if it rains, blinkers go on, hazard lights go on, people are driving like the fucking tsunami's coming. It's weird as shit.
I just think it's like an easy thing to do, and that's what I don't like about it. That it's like the directional, the turn signal is not a hard thing to do, but it's done out of like spite almost. And it's not like I'm way ahead of you and I don't think I need to do it. It's always like I'm right in front of you where you almost hit me. It's always that scenario. That's what I fucking hate about it. It's never like I'm a mile ahead of you and I decided to get into the other lane. It's always like I know you're behind me, right behind me, and I want to just be a fucking asshole. I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's not a hard thing to do. And it's just like it's hard to yell at somebody for that. Like it's like you can't like get into like a full rant mode about that. But you know, like it's like it doesn't like come off the tongue well. Like even in the car, like yelling like by yourself, it just doesn't feel right. Oh, that directional. You know, it
Yeah,
just
well,
doesn't feel good.
you're only making yourself angry, and also if you do escalate it, which there are literally
Well, I would never.
thousands, yeah,
I
thousands of
never yelled
videos.
at like let's be honest. Like I'm not saying like I'm giving up. I'm like driving up to I gotta get up to this guy and let him know how I feel. Like that'll never happen because I know I'll be fucking roadkill. Like that guy's clearly like there's I always believe that anybody that does something stupid on the road is not a like normal person. Like I will always assume that they are out of their goddamn mind. So I would never like but again, when you still have your fun little horn like you do the extended you know like you do it like where they like you're trying to embarrass them a little bit because they know they did something stupid. You know when someone like pulls out in front of you like goes is going you're going straight and they're trying to go left like that happens all the time where they just think they can make it and they just are idiots like they can't
Yeah,
you
well,
have to like come to a complete stop because they're a fucking idiot again look I'm not Knight Rider here I'm not fucking Dale Earnhardt like I'm not gonna say I'm a great driver I mean I have a good driving record as far as like not getting into accidents but like I'm just saying like just follow like the basics. Like it's not hard to just fucking put your turn signal on and just go into the right lane. It's not hard, but I think it's just one of those things where I believe that people think that they don't have to do things anymore. Like they've been taught or grown up in a way, in a sense that maybe their dad was a prick, maybe their mom sucked and couldn't fucking drive, and they watched their parents drive shitty like that and then they grew up and they're like yeah I don't fucking need to do that like and then that's the way it works and then we have thousands of fucking idiots on the road.
yeah, well, I will say that it is interesting, like what people become once they're behind a wheel of a 4,000 pound fucking like tank.
What
But
have I become?
yeah, well, so in 2020 when I did take that trip, I drove up to Vermont, then through the upstate New York, and then kind of went across the country. And for 2 months, I was on the other side of the country, and then made my way back down through Florida and then up the East Coast. I didn't hear a horn or a beep or like any like aggressive driving for 6.5 weeks. Once I got to Pennsylvania, I'm coming up. Okay, here we go. Starting to see people act like assholes. Again, I'm traveling in a bus for 2 months. I break into through New York. I'm coming in through like either Jersey and then coming into Brooklyn, maybe. As soon as I get into New York, literally, I'm like crossing into the border, coming into the fucking mass congestion, and it was like instantaneous. I'm here, like you said, like you're here. People are coming on in front of me, not like next to me and like trying to squeeze in sideways. Like, no, 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 me first. Like the distance between my bumper and the bumper in front of me is like a fucking piece of paper. And some guy in a BMW is like, nope, no, no, me, I gotta go. And it's like, so what you have to do is, I think why people flip out is, and we all have egos, and you're like, I don't want to give an inch, but because, and I'm not saying I'm like angel on the road, but professional driver. I don't see the benefit. If someone's trying to get in, just let them in. Blinker or no blinker. Not because what happens is like, okay, everyone's in the right lane. I'm going to get off the next exit, and now here's the entrance from the other exit, and people are like, oh no, no, they speed up and they're like prevent you from like getting in. Why?
Yeah,
Just just
I know.
let them in. We're all in traffic. It fucking sucks for everybody. Just there's no benefit. If I see someone like in my mirror coming up, like doing all the fucking, you see them from like a quarter mile back, like I'm just stay right where I am. Let them blow around me. We all gotta go to fucking work, asshole. But like no, you're the president. You got to get there. You and your
You're the
'99 Honda
hunting
Civic
style.
are in charge of the Department of Defense is at DEFCON 3, and if you don't get to the fucking Burger King 2 exits up, the world's gonna fall apart. Good luck, Godspeed. I don't care. But
I just
yeah,
want to see it enforced more. Like I want to see someone get pulled over for not having their turn signal. Like I
well,
don't see it too much, but I mean, I just see it so much now that like people do it, and I always, kind of go, oh, like that old man, like, oh, I'm seeing
God damn it.
them.
Yeah, but you know what? So in New York, I remember hearing about it like a year or two ago. I don't know if it happened up there. Supposedly, so the only way to control like that kind of shit, you can't have 10,000 cops per square mile, so you can't do it that way. I heard, and you tell me, I'm not sure how. I don't know if it happened. They were going to put like, remember, there was always like red light cameras on Long Island. I think they're getting rid of them. Speed cameras. So if you're going above the speed limit, which is 55 on the Long Island Expressway, which is fucking down here is 70, so it's much nicer. But eventually, that's what's going to happen. And here's how I want to wrap up the show. It's not going to be cameras or drones or whatever the technology that exists that being used against people for revenue. As more and more people, but right now, like not everyone's buying the electric cars. Electric cars are in a slump right now, but in the next 20 years, I bet you they'll become the majority of vehicles on the road, EVs or some variation of that. But what's going to happen, because it's already happening in 25s and 26s, everything you want to use in the car is a subscription. Every fucking thing. If you want to be able to like hook up your phone to the car through the Bluetooth and play music, you got to pay Toyota, you got to pay Lexus, you got to pay Honda a fee to have that service. So I predict, and I'm sure I'm not the first one or the last one to say this. We will in the next not 5 years, but maybe 20. All the cars are going to be semi-autonomous or fully autonomous. So they're going to fucking do all the cars are going to drive. There might not even be a fucking steering wheel, but I don't know. So there won't be any need for like, how do we get people to use their blinkers or drive safely? You won't have to. Your car will just take you, and on the highway amongst all the cars, the cars are talking to each other or interacting with each other through parking sensors, cameras, radars, things like that. And there will be probably, maybe no traffic and no very rarely accidents because the cars are all interacting with each other and you're fucking not there. You're on your phone jerking off or fucking watching porn or watching a movie while your car takes you to fucking, I don't know, work or wherever. Like that's what's going to happen. And that's what's going to stop all the no manual driving. It's going to be over in the next 20, 25 years. 100, I guarantee it.
God, that's awful. And I don't want people to like think that like, well, I'm not gonna have to do it soon, so might as well stop doing it now.
Yeah, well,
I don't
I
want
do
that
feel like
mentality in my life with that, man. Holy shit. It's
I
already
do feel like people with EVs kind of feel like that already. Like if you have a Tesla or a Genesis or any car, all the cars pretty much Volvo, they all make their EV version. And if you have like the full package, the car pretty much the sensors are all around the car. So if you put your blinker on, not only is the blinker on and the blind spot working, but there's a camera on the fender that like shows you the blind spot. Uh, in the Teslas, I mean, look, it's not 100%, but the car pretty much drives itself. As long as you keep your fucking 2 fingers on the steering wheel, the car will stop at stop signs, stop at red lights, go after the car in front of you moves, stops with the car in front of you, go when the car in front of you moves, recognizes street signs. Literally on the dash, you'll see like whatever the speed limit is, the car. If you're manually driving a Tesla, I do it every fucking day. and the speed limit is 35 and I'm doing 40, that thing just fucking blinks the whole time on the dash. It's only a matter of time before the car's like, nope, 35, we're not doing more than 35.
I honestly hope that there's some type of a Mad Max collapse of society, and I just end up driving some type of Oldsmobile where I don't have to worry about all that bullshit.
Yeah, Kev, I feel like between your DoorDash nightmare and your if Mad Max happens, most of us are not going to survive the first like 30 days. Like it's going to be fucking
Wait, I had
all,
a DoorDash nightmare?
well, the fucking whatever happened with the Anthony's Pizza, like the like
Oh no, I know. I did the old fashioned way. I just called up the number and ordered pickup. I didn't do DoorDash. I was a civilized member of society that day.
like with the amount of food that's in your house, and I'm not trying to like talk shit or blow up your spot. Like I've been to your house. Like if society collapsed tomorrow, you'll be out of. Let me think. What's in Kevin's house right now? You got the liquor in the freezer you told us about. There's ketchup, probably some maybe soda bottle or leftovers in the fridge, cabinet, maybe Oreos or Pop Tarts for the kids. In 4 days, you'll be out of food.
Yeah, but I also will like be one of those crafty people that like lives in a supermarket, like Dawn of the Dead. Like
Yeah.
I'll find like a fucking Aldi that's abandoned and live up there and like have endless supply of food, and I'll be like giving the middle finger to you, like fuck you, Lou.
You can't get through this glass door.
I got 7 bottles of ketchup.
All right, let's end it there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And like I said, I'm putting that video in the description. Check that out. And I want to hear what you guys think about that.
Yeah, and be on drugs when you comment so we can make so it makes sense.
Yeah, or be on drugs when you do it. And you know what? If you want to be on drugs when you comment, you could do that too.
This is a very drug friendly episode.